What is shaking, guys? Shane here, Shane's Retro Games, and I'm back with another Can He Fix It? And today we have Mario Tennis for the Nintendo 64. So this one is yet another eBay purchase where they said that the game would not load, is not working. Actually looks to be in pretty good condition. Label is a little faded, and there's a little bit of yellowing on the cartridge, but otherwise not too bad. So, let's see if we can fix it. First things first, let's throw it in the 64 and see what happens. Alright. Let's see. Not a ting. Alright, as always, we're going to be opening up the cartridge with a game bit or a 3.8mm security bit. Inside the cartridge there you will have two Phillips head screws. Just remove those and you will have your game board. Taking a closer look at the board here, don't see any obvious issues. Those pins look really clean. I don't see any cut traces or anything like that. So as always, gonna have to break out the multimeter and do a little bit more testing. As always, the first thing I like to test is the capacitor right there on the board. You only want an audible noise on one side. If you have a beep on both sides, you have a short somewhere on the board. As I said, those pins look really clean, so I just wanted to go through and test those pads to the pins and see if there was any issues. So as I get to this side of the board here, you will see that those two pins on the far left, they are not connected to the board at all. They are wiggling back and forth. So I'm going to go in and try to fix that. My initial thought here was that I would just flux up these pins and reflow the solder, and possibly that would be enough. Unfortunately, it wasn't. As soon as I reflowed the solder, the copper for the through holes started rising up, as I will show here nice and close. So, on to plan B. Here you'll see I'm just very gently scraping away, exposing that copper trace there with an X-Acto knife. You want to be very careful with this. You do not want to further damage the trace. So we're just trying to expose just enough so that we can make a connection. So now that I have those traces exposed, I just want to prep the board. Gonna give it a quick clean with some isopropyl alcohol and then apply some flux to those traces. Now soldering up the traces. You don't want big blobs and you don't want to be putting a lot of heat on the board. Just in and out very quick. And you just need just enough solder so that the wire can make a connection. Always hold on to your scrap wire for situations like this. We just need a single thread or piece of wire here. So what I'm trying to do in this situation here is I'm going to create a small loop. I'm going to wrap that around the pin and then solder that to the pin. Initially here I create a little bit of a bridge, but it was pretty easy to fix up. And then after that, just lining up that wire with the trace that we exposed, giving it a quick tap with the soldering iron, a little pull with the tweezer to see if it's connected, and then a snip. Same exact thing with the second pin. Just wrap it around the pin, give it a connection, line it up with that trace, quick tap with the soldering iron, and then a little pull with the tweezer to make sure it's connected, and a snip. Then just clean those up, have them in line so that we're not causing any shorts anywhere. Alright, just cleaning up the flux there, and then testing for conductivity. Didn't want to clean the pins at this point, I just wanted to make sure that this was indeed the issue. We had conductivity, so we're good to go. Put it back together and give it a test. Back in the testing area, do not mind the mess of an area this place is. But here you can see, fired right up. Super happy. I always love when I can get these things working, especially when I can find the issue that fast. Don't mind the weird flashing of the screen, that's just my phone's inability to capture the old CRT monitor correctly. But all we have to do now is clean it up, put it back together, and it is good to go. So there we go guys, Mario Tennis all fixed up. Can't say I'm necessarily a fan of these Mario sports games, but still very cool to be able to save another game. I'll have to actually give it a play and see what I think. And speaking of, let me know what you think of these more voiceover type videos. If you like them, should I continue doing them? Anyway, if you like this video, please do me a favor. Give it a like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time.
Thank you.